Hey, what's up, my little goofy goobers, my little goofy guys, my whimsical little dudes? I'm back again, unfortunately, and today we're going to talk about the internet's worst yapper, Lerix, or Lerix, whatever. So, if you are lucky enough to be unaware, Lerix is a commentary YouTuber with about 62,000 subscribers. They got their claim to fame, I guess, from the Mama Mac situation. He also has a second channel with about 11,000 subs where he makes much longer form content, and that is where this kind of controversy is coming from. So I'm sure you guys are all familiar at this point with the Wilbur Soot situation. An ex-girlfriend of his has come out with some pretty damning allegations, and Lerix, being a drama channel, made a video on this. The problem is how he covered the situation. I mean, look at this fucking thumbnail and title, dude. It's very clear he's just discrediting her allegations and running defense for Wilbur for some reason. Anyways, I called him out for this on Twitter, and I guess he didn't like that, so he asked me to debut him, to debate, whatever, and I did, and that's what I'm going to show you guys right now.
Bud underscore Bray.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
here we go.
at the top there, yeah.
All right, man. So you've had very big disagreements about my coverage on this whole Wilbur Soot situation. So what's your take?
Really, I don't really care if someone wants to like stay neutral or wait for more information, but that's really just not what you were doing, which is kind of my biggest gripe.
All right, how do you feel like I was
And the
biased?
fact that you, huh?
No, I was just gonna say, how do you feel like I was biased?
Because literally your first reaction to her coming out with the allegations was to call her insane and nuts and a dumb bitch, as you did in your video thumbnail and title.
So the reason I called her a dumb bitch and insane and nuts is because in the midst of her abuse allegations, she also accused this guy of financial abuse and that she got some form of abused in their relationship because she had to pay for paper towels and soap. And also that he wouldn't clean his bathroom and just airing out a whole bunch of irrelevant details about this guy to just character assassinate him in tandem with the abuse
I don't
allegations.
really feel like that's a character assassination or nuts. I feel like she's just airing her grievances about her ex-boyfriend.
That the guy had an ant infestation and wouldn't clean his bathroom.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty normal complaint to have. That's kind of gross.
But do you see the comedy and the absurdity in where
I really
you
don't.
get, well, I'm going to finish, in saying how you were abused, making an allegation of abuse, and then immediately jumping on, oh, also, he didn't really, love me that much. He cared more about his job, and also he wouldn't clean his bathroom. I had to clean the piss stains off his toilet.
I don't really see how that's insane. The video is complaining about her ex-boyfriend and his behavior, and that's what she did.
So if I make an accusation to one of my exes, calling them out for abusing me, and then
Yeah,
2 minutes after I make that accusation, or in the middle of my accusation, because that's what she did as well, I mention on how in our relationship, she also would steal my water bottles and drink them randomly throughout the day, and that was really fucked up of her. Wouldn't you
yeah, that
find that
doesn't.
absurd?
No, that doesn't discredit your allegations at all, and it doesn't make you insane. You're just kind of airing out your grievances. And she didn't even. The big thing is y'all are making it out like she was on some like parade to like cancel Wilbur. She didn't even name him. I don't really get that.
You
Like,
don't
I
think
don't
if
think
she
this makes her insane.
you don't think if I combine a whole bunch of irrelevant details into an allegation, you don't think that doesn't hurt your credibility?
I don't see how it's irrelevant. It's just her complaining about her ex-boyfriend.
Wilbur having a dirty bathroom is irrelevant. That is completely irrelevant
It,
to everything in life. Like what? How would that be relevant in her abuse
because
allegations?
it's just her complaining about her ex-boyfriend.
Yes,
I
but
don't
it's
see
not
that that
relevant in her
absolutely is a
abuse
valid complaint.
allegations. A valid complaint to
Absolutely, it
complain
is.
about
That's
someone
gross
having
as
a dirty
fuck.
bathroom.
Yes, not picking up after yourself and being gross
Do you feel
is
like having a?
absolutely a
Do you feel
complaint.
like if your girlfriend had a dirty bathroom
Okay,
and you had to clean it for her? Do you feel like that would be abuse?
I didn't say that it was abuse. I said that would be a valid complaint.
A valid
That's
complaint.
fucking nasty.
Okay. And you think that's relevant to bring up in her live stream with her
Yes,
abuse
because
allegations?
she's just complaining about her boyfriend. I don't see how that's not a valid complaint.
And you don't see how that hurts her credibility with the example I
No,
gave, where if I'm calling
it
my
really
ex
doesn't.
an abuser And I also mentioned how she used to steal my water bottles. You don't think that would give less credibility to my claims because of how absurd it is to even say publicly that she stole my water bottles, or in this case, that he had a dirty bathroom ant infestation and she had to pay for paper towels and was financially abused by buying soap. You wouldn't find that,
No,
that would hurt your credibility at all.
no, it doesn't because it's separate from the allegation. It doesn't discredit the allegation at all. It's just another complaint.
Okay. So we could, I guess, agree to disagree. Shout out to Tipster there. But do you feel like
Yeah, that's fine.
the allegation is legitimate? I guess give your like broad take about that.
I'm inclined to believe it, but obviously I'm not going to say 100% that he did, and I'm not going to say 100% that he didn't, because I don't feel like I'm going to jump into someone else's personal shit.
So you're not
I
saying
honestly don't know them.
100% either one is guilty?
No, because I don't know them. But because of the response from Wilbur's friends and everything, yeah, I'm absolutely inclined to believe that he probably did.
That he probably did it?
Yes, that's what I said.
Why?
Because of the response from the people who were actually close to him, I'm inclined to believe that.
So are you familiar with the super mega situation? Because we've seen this story multiple other times before, where people are
I know
close
what
to a
it
certain
is. I'm
person.
not too familiar with the specifics of it though.
Well, just to give a quick summary, we've seen this countless times, but the most recent example I could think of is Super Mega, where friends that were very close to him came out with false accusations and they completely ended up being full of shit. So I feel like, especially if you're a commentary YouTuber, we've seen the story time and time again of showing that even if you are personally related to this guy or know this guy in any kind of fashion, that doesn't automatically make what you're saying,
Here-
proof.
Here's my thing.
It's not
We've seen
evidence.
we've seen it go the exact other way too, with these allegations that come out. Like I don't feel like that's
Yeah,
really
but
relevant to say, oh, but sometimes it's fake. And I didn't say it 100% happened. That's not what I said. If I was saying it 100% happened, then yeah, you could use that argument. But I didn't say that.
so your take is just wait for evidence, but you're leaning towards Wilbur because other people have come out
Yes,
against him,
yes.
even though the girl never showed any evidence.
Please tell me how you want her to prove that. Did you want her to record their fucking weird kink shit?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Showing any kind of evidence, you know what I mean? I mean, it's unfortunate that the majority of cases of rape, of course, they're not going to have a body cam on when they get raped. That is true.
I
But
mean,
just because there isn't substantial evidence to show, and it's unfortunate that's the nature of allegations, that doesn't mean we should automatically assume and, think another guy is guilty.
I didn't assume. I didn't say that he 100% did it. I said I'm inclined to believe due to the testimonies of the people closest to him.
Okay, well, we're speaking to the overall broad scope of the discourse. But I mean, if this is your
Okay.
take, just waiting for, I guess, evidence. Do you have any more issues? I guess because it's just like not really much to take from it.
Yeah. My big issue is really that you're complaining about people waiting for evidence, but you're so clearly also taking a side. So I don't feel like you're allowed to make that complaint when you're very clearly just taking Wilbur's side
How am I taking Wilbur's side?
by calling her a crazy bitch as soon as she comes out with the allegations.
Yes, so I called her a crazy and dumb bitch because she
Yes,
felt like it was
that
relevant.
absolutely makes you take a side.
She fe-
You're not like being neutral and waiting for evidence. You're
taking a
playing
side in
defense for
what?
Wilbur.
Taking a side in what? I'm taking a side in
In
saying that
fucking
I'm taking a
controversy,
side in saying that it's retarded for her to mention that he had an ant infestation and also that she had to pay for paper towels and soap in their relationship.
you're
I'm
using it to
calling that
discredit
retarded.
the allegation, though. That's you're taking a side. You're using those things to discredit the
That
allegation, which is
does
not fair.
discredit her credibility.
It really doesn't. It does
I
not at
mean,
all.
we've already covered that, but we already went over that.
Okay, and you're wrong.
I just don't understand how you can't fathom that the fact where if you accuse someone
Okay.
of such a serious thing, where at the same time you accuse them of such a minuscule retarded thing that never even should be mentioned publicly, like the guy's a dirty bathroom, that doesn't discredit your claims and credibility. I just
It does
can't
not.
fathom
It
that.
absolutely doesn't
But I mean,
discredit
your
them because
critique is
people
that
always
I'm
have
just
a
like
fucking
taking a
claim.
side because of that.
Yes, it does feel like you're taking a side. Absolutely, because you are. You've been running defense for Wilbur all day. That's absolutely taking a fucking side.
I'm running defense for people outright
Yes.
calling him an abuser. That's what I'm running defense
No,
for.
by discrediting her and calling her a dumb bitch. That's absolutely running defense. Like
Dis-
it's absolutely taking a side.
this whole take a side critique is just so retarded. I'm calling out
It's not,
both.
because that's what
I'm
you're
calling out
criticizing people for.
I'm calling out both sides. And I'm explaining the inconsistencies in both areas, where Wilbur should have released a better statement, but also since he's in this Minecraft retarded community, he has to cuck out to women and say, I think she's all valid. And also he didn't show receipts, where I wish he would have. I've mentioned all of these things at the same time. But the broad discourse is that he is an abuser, and a lot of people are outright just calling him an abuser. So of course I'm going to pay more of my attention towards the huge amount of people who are just calling him an abuser with no evidence. So that's, of course, what I'm going to talk about
You
more.
don't get to act like you're being neutral when you call one side a dumb, stupid bitch as soon as they come out to try to discredit them. You don't get to act like you're neutral on this, because you're clearly not.
This neutral take is retarded. I mean, I'm waiting
It's
for
really
evidence
not.
to
You're
show.
just
I'm waiting
too
for
fucking
evidence to
brain dead to
show. I'm
understand
waiting for
it.
evidence to show that it's abuse. I'm waiting for any kind of evidence.
Please tell me how you would prove this. Please tell me.
That's not an argument on how I would prove it. I don't know.
Because there is no evidence that she could show, because that's not possible. Not really.
Yeah, but that's
Not
not
of
an argument.
like the biting thing.
So she can't prove it. So then what? We're just at a stalemate.
Exactly. So I'm not saying, like, if it was in a court of law, no, obviously Wilbur would not be found guilty of anything. But this is the court of
Okay.
fucking public opinion, and I'm inclined to believe the side where all the people closest to this dude are saying this. I'm inclined to lean towards that.
Okay, you got any more than me like being biased or taking a side? Any more critiques
That's
of
the
my
whole
coverage?
fucking issue. That's why you wanted to get in a conversation, because that's what I was saying. So, like, what else do you want me to talk
That you were
about
crying
here?
that I called her a dumb bitch for mentioning that she got financially abused in
I'm
her
not
relationship. This is it.
Okay, dude. You wanted to
I mean, if that's
discuss
like
this
if
by
that's the
discussing this with you.
if that's like the all your critiques, I
Well,
guess.
do you have anything other to say than just, oh, that's retarded? Or are you just
I've
going to
made
keep
my
doing that?
have I not made my points very
You-
clear?
No, you just haven't made good points.
Based. Yeah, I did. I mean, I understand your perspective. You understand mine. There's nowhere else to go. You have no more critiques of the situation. You're just saying I'm biased. So
Well, yeah, that's what you wanted to talk about.
based. All right, man. Thank you for calling in.
Yep, but